class setup, I think this is after maybe 2 years that I'm talking to you.
Yeah, maybe. I think once we communicated last year or a year before that, I think over telephone.
Yes, sir.
But after that,
Yes, sir. In the class setup, I mean.
yeah, in the class setup, yes, correct.
Yeah. Yes, welcome all. Today we have today we are going to conduct our alumni expert talk 2. This is session 2, and today our speaker is SAI KINNERA. She is our 21-22 batch student. I think you can be on you can on your camera.
Sure,
Is that
ma'am.
fine with you? Welcome you. Before handing over the mic to KINNERA, I'll give a brief insight about her. I'll tell her rank, GPAT rank, NIPER rank, and what she is doing, everything. Her GPAT rank is 152 and NIPER rank is 108. And after that, after securing GPAT and NIPER also, she wrote this PG set also. In PG set, she got rank 2, I think, right? Rank 2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Rank 2. And after that, she has chosen NIPER Mohali. The background is like Pharma MBA course. And after MBA course, she did her intern in Sun Pharma. And after that, now currently she moved to Hyderabad and she's working in Dr. Reddy Laboratories as a product management trainee, right? Am I correct? And I think she's working since 6 months.
Yes, ma'am.
She's working since 6 months, and we are very proud of her achievements and the way she is, the journey and everything. And after her talk, I'll tell the remaining things, how she started and how she studied and everything, right? First of all, she will speak. She'll share her journey. She'll share her preparation method, how she prepared and everything. And at the end, she said that she'll be sharing important subjects and important topics, what she did and everything. Okay? Yeah, if you want to speak, you can speak, and later she'll start the session.
No, I think very glad to meet her, meet her probably. So I think she's doing very well. You were a product trainee where in Sun Pharma, I think, right? You
Sir?
did your internship where in Gurgaon somewhere you were there, right?
No, sir, I was in Mumbai.
Mumbai,
Supply chain management, basically. For 2 months only.
Yeah, that was part of your training, right? In your coursework. And then you
Yes.
have joined Dr. Reddy's.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice, very nice, very happy to see you. And I think what will benefit all of them is like if since you have just finished your MPharm, right? It's like 24, if I'm correct. So 22 is not long back. Like when I finished, it's like almost a decade. So minus 2000, what 15 or 6. So I started. It's been 9 years. But if you can share why it is important to prepare well and how does the industry look at it, I think um, anyway, so how the industry is recruiting, you just give right from preparation, you just let everybody know about your journey, Kinnera. Okay, I'm also very eager to listen to your talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, sir.
Take a-
Actually, it
take
was you who actually told me to, who guided me in certain parts of my life, and that has put me to this place right now. So it is very different talking in front of you. It is giving me chills, basically.
No, I'll switch off my camera, but I think we'll see what you have. But now you're a professional. I think we are like colleagues now. So it's a different environment. 2 years back, I think it was a little different. But I think going out of Hyderabad and spending your 2 years in Mohali and then subsequently in Mumbai and then again coming back for work. So I think there is a transition, isn't it? And I've
True.
seen that transition to some extent. Hey, one of your juniors also worked with me in KPMG.
Yes,
I forgot her
Kritika
name.
Jaiswal, I think.
Kritika Jaiswal. Yeah. So she had a lot of praises for you. Maybe that's out of fear for the senior. I do not know. But
No, sir, she's
nevertheless,
my senior.
oh, she's your senior, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, Okay. So she was saying that you're extremely talented and everybody recognizes KINNERA on the campus and things like that. Yeah, nice to felt very happy. But again, anyway, go ahead and take it forward, please.
Sure,
We'll
sir.
again
I'm gonna.
catch up at the end of the session. Yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah, at the end, you can ask your queries. She will deliver the talk, and you can note your queries and everything. Whatever queries you have, the preparation method and everything, you can ask her at the end. Okay. Thank you. You can start.
Sure, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Guys, you can speak. You can unmute your mic and speak. It's just keep it candid.
Yeah,
Keep it very candid, please.
I'm
Yeah,
just
one
two
thing I
years elder to you, and
yes, yes.
there's no gap in between us. We can talk as you wish.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to tell. She will take the session even if you are interactive. That is a drawback. She needs interaction.
Yeah. Okay, I need a little more responses, maybe one or two, and then we can start off. Someone can unmute and talk also. Be comfortable. It's okay. Don't switch on your video, but you can respond on mic. Okay, fine. It's okay. So I'm KINNERA and I'm based out of Hyderabad only. And like when I was in fourth year, I got like from one of my friends, I got to know that he has joined EsPharma. And as a student, you very well know about the FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Out of that fear of missing out, I thought, chalo, I'll try giving this exam and I'll completely prepare for that. I could as well let my fourth year pass by not doing this preparation and joining some course, SAP, like any other course. Or maybe I could prepare that time and I could give this exam. And if it did not work out, I could switch my path. Right? These are the two options that we have at the juncture of at the fourth year. So I chose the latter one where I could prepare and test myself, because every time when we get into pharma, there is a little doubt in behind of our mind that probably we did not do that great for MBBS, and that's why we have landed up here. So that was there in my mind, and I wanted to just remove it, and I wanted to test myself again with a different preparation strategy, unlike the NEET that I gave earlier. So during that time, that is when I started off my classes with EsPharma, and I had great lecturers. I mean, I cannot forget the names of Upendra sir, Srikar sir, and Sridhar sir, and so many of them. So my interest started, it started fueling like anything. It started pumping like anything when Upendra sir started his classes, and I would make sure that I would never miss one class of his. And due to that interest of pharmacology, I was pulled and driven to the preparation so much that I was getting interested more into pharmacology, medicinal chemistry, zootex, and all the part of it. So basically, here my interest and my passion driven me further in the way. It's not the restriction that I have to sit for today like 10 hours and I'll complete it. It's not that way. That interest of studying should come from within, and then you will keep it going even without anyone telling you. So that is something that helped me move on, and with the same kind of passion. And apart from that, strategizing it with mock test, basically to know my SWOT, that is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. I would do that every now and then, and I used to give my exams very diligently. And then that is when I got to know where I stand, and all these kind of little preparations landed me up in GPAT rank of 152 and NIPER rank of 108. Post this, I've also given PG set, but I did not want to join anyway, so that was part of it. And initially, my plan was to get into medicinal chemistry, but from guidance of Upendra sir, I thought I'll choose my path, like considering several other things also. And he suggested me the right thing, and I got into pharma MBA, wherein I could explore myself, explore my interest and everything. And now I'm with Dr. Reddy's as a product management trainee. So basically, like as a student, when we are until fourth year, we look at the molecule, the whole of pharma is mostly research oriented. But when you come into the market, it's little brand, I mean, you don't look at the molecule as molecule anymore. You look it at like a brand. So, and you talk about the commercial aspects of it, financial aspects of it. So that's a later part to it. But whatever the information that you get in the first 4 years, that is what is going to drive you for the rest of your career. So make sure your basics are so rock solid strong from now itself. Okay, so that is one thing. And yeah, concepts, your preparation, your mock test, these would drive you forward, and they will land you in a position where you wanted to always be. Okay, so like this is a little introduction about me, and apart from this I would like to share my presentation to you, wherein I would talk about all the subjects and little important aspects, concepts and all of that, and few sample questions, 2 3, that's it. And then any other questions you have, we can open the forum for discussion. Ma'am, actually it's asking for permission to share the content.
Asking permission. Just a minute. Once, can you check it now?
Sure, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can someone confirm me if my slide is visible?
Yeah, we can able to see your whole screen.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Kinnera, we can see your screen. Just, I think, select the screen you want to share.
Actually, is this visible now? I projected my entire screen, but now I'm on to
No.
the presentation part.
Can you select the window that you want to project?
Yeah, so actually I did the same thing. I'll just check it once more. Okay.
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll tell you a small apology before that only. Due to the time constraints, I could make a very concise and a very beginner type of presentation. So don't mind that. Just concentrate on what you have to learn from this. So basically, we'll be discussing the subjects in weightage. Apart from that, critical topics, sample questions, and essential study strategies. So when it comes to subject and weightage, like you very well know about this, right? The exam is of 500 marks and questions are 125, plus 4 is for the positive response and minus 1 is for your negative response. And out of the 125 questions, 38 would be of chemistry. And in that, analysis, organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, biochemistry, and inorganic chemistry, they fall into it. So, and when you look at the pharmaceutics and allied subjects, that is dispensing pharmacy, physical pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical technology.
Kinnera,
And
sorry to interrupt. Screen is not rolling. You're still on the first slide.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So is it visible now, the third slide?
Yeah. Now, can you put it on presentation? Maybe the one with the window.
I was doing the same, but I don't know what's wrong with this.
Because it's not getting rolled. Instead of full screen, can you do the one next to it? Just the screen space.
This one, sir?
No. In the options there at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
The one next to the, yeah. Just try. Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, can you just, yeah, fine. It's toggling now.
Okay. So we were talking about subjects and weightage, right? So you know about the distribution of it basically. The chemistry part would have 38 questions, and in that, the specific subjects would be analysis, organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, biochemistry, and inorganic chemistry. And when it comes to pharmaceutics and allied subjects, the dispensing pharmacy, physical pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical technology, jurisprudence, biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics, engineering, microbiology, and novel drug delivery systems. So these make up the pharmaceutics part, and this also has 38 questions weightage. When you look at cognizy, it is 10 mark, 10 question weightage, and then there is pharmacology and related, which consists of human anatomy and physiology, pathophysiology, and pharmacology. This would make up 28 questions. And others, the minor subjects you as well, you very well know, the biostats, biotechnology, cosmetic science, marketing management, and the rest of it. So this would make up 11 questions. So it is totaling up to 125, which would fetch you 500. And like generally, the pattern has been seen that not many of them would cross 330 or 350. So that should be in your at back of your mind when you are attempting. Like you should not get demotivated, when you see your marks at 200 or 250. You don't get demotivated, but it doesn't mean you don't propel yourself to further improve, right? So you try to maintain your marks anywhere between 300 to 400, and then you may land up as GPAT 1 ranker someday. Okay, so that is about it. And if you look at the major subjects, so it's physical chemistry, colligative properties, thermodynamics, refractive index, solutions, electrochemistry, and ionic equilibrium. So these are the basic topics which you have to pick right now, given the time consideration right now. Like maybe you will have 2 to 3 months more, right? So if you are thorough enough with these few topics, then you might qualify exam and you might land up with a good rank as well. So there is also physical pharmacy. This part of physical pharmacy is very, 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 very important. Micromeritics, surface and interfacial phenomena, viscosity and rheology, dispersion systems, pH and buffer systems. And apart from that, organic chemistry, like generally people have a mindset that, okay, we'll leave it for choice, organic chemistry. But if you are getting the knack of it, if you're getting the mechanism of it, then there's nothing like it. Like you will be very comfortable in solving those questions, and that will give you direct marks. So there is no twisting and, twitching the question too much in this. If they'll ask you the reagents, they'll ask you the conditions in which a certain reaction would take place. So that is direct. Oh, and apart from that, they could give you A, B product, and they could ask you for what is the product, the final result, and that is the C product. Or they can give you C product and they can ask you what are the precursors like A and B. So that could be the kind of questioning you could see with organic chemistry. And pharmacology and medicinal chemistry, Upen sir would have told you very well about the CVS, CNS, ANS, and chemotherapy, which are very, very important. So in CVS, arrhythmias, the hypertension, the diuretics, and CHF. So all these would make it up. And CNS, you know about the Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and epilepsy, mania, all these kind of disorders you'd be covering. And then there's ANS also, the autonomic nervous system, the reflex system. So that one is there. And chemotherapy would basically consist of the antimicrobials. Sir would have discussed in very detail with you about the penicillins, cephalosporins, the antibiotics basically, and antifungals. The kind of side effects these could cause: blue baby syndrome, the gray baby syndrome, and phocomelia. All of these discussion could come here. And pharmaceutics, the DFT is very, very important. Again, in this, the questions could be very direct, like the tables from your textbooks. Okay, So these could be directly asked. What is the brand name or the trade name for sucrose? What is the trade name for HPMC? So that those could be direct questions. So whatever the kind of tables you find in your textbooks, make sure you read them very, very well. And I took the help of Pearson, but there is a risk with it that there are little answers marked wrong. Okay, so you have to check once again when you're trying to solve from there. Otherwise, Inamdar would do good. And there is also stability of dosage forms, that is very important. Accelerated stability studies and all of it. Packaging, like blister packing, and in what conditions there is ambered packing. Those kind of questions would be covered here. There's also chemical kinetics, the first order rate of reaction, second order rate of reaction, these discussions. And pharmacognosy, biogenetic pathways, you could have the shikmic acid pathway, and then acetate mevalonate pathway, acetate malonic acid pathway. So these are their alkaloids, glycosides, carbs, lipids, tannins, volatile oils. So these are the overall, I mean, the summary type of name, I mean, the naming I have given here. But you, if you go and read in detail, it would be very lengthy. So you take help of the, the previous year questions and the previous year papers to know what exactly they're asking, and prepare in the relevant way for the next few days to come. There's also analysis, titrations, acid base, non-aqueous, redox titrations, precipitation, complexometric, and the rest of it. NMR is very, very important. And then we have minor subjects again: pharmaceutical engineering, dispensing pharmacy, posological calculations, and the pediatric calculations are also very important. So look at that also. And biochemistry, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, enzymes. Enzymes is very important again, so you can look into it. Biotechnology, rDNA technology, viral assays, tissue culture, and fermentation. So if you look at microbiology, there is basics of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Sterilization techniques, this part is very important. Autoclave and the dry heat sterilization, moist heat sterilization, in which conditions and what kind of indicators they use. So this is something you have to keep in mind. Vaccines, microbial assays, and pathophysiology, again, disease and detection test, like which disease is actually diagnosed using which test. So that you can keep in mind for pathophysiology, not going too much into detail. BPPK, which is biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. This is BCS classification, biological classification system. That one you can look at. And then half-life and shelf-life calculations, drug absorption, compartmental and non-compartmental models. And then jurisprudence, the schedules majorly, and the main acts like DNC Act, Pharmacy Act, NDPS Act, and DPCO. So you can look at these given your time constraint is little managed. Okay, so any questions until here? I would share the important topics with you all. I would send them to ma'am, and she would float it to you. But any questions until here? Like you want to know anything more?
Yeah, before you proceed, can you just talk about your, just if we can go back and forth, can you just tell me about how it was in NIPA, how things are, so that just we can just make it a little back and forth.
Sure, sir. Like initially when I was going to NIPER, I had nothing in mind, sir. I was like a blank paper, nothing. So I went there with the kind of mindset, okay, what may, I will learn from it, basically. Like even if it's a good thing, okay. If it's a bad thing, okay, fine, no problem. So I went with that kind of mindset, and after going there, little did I know that I would contest for the departmental elections and all of that. I mean, not election, basically selections, not election, selection. So, and I was chosen as a class representative, and that was it could sound like a very small thing here, but that was such a transformative experience for me, because we were handling everything there. It's not like you're taking a small responsibility and rubbing the board. That's not the kind of responsibility there. So it's very different. And being there, it gave a very dynamic exposure to me, like what kind of situations could be unfolded in front of you and how could you solve it. And being the MBA department, we have so many things to engage with all the time. So there were so many industrial connect sessions, and there were many things to handle. So that was one part of it. And apart from that, if I have to look at my friends, so that was a big boon that I could tell you. And if I have to talk about my profession, it was going good only. And with the kind of learnings I was getting there every day, day in, day out, so I could manage that as well.
So as a representative, you were speaking with a lot of industry folks as well, right? I think that's how you went into the which company was it in Mumbai for the supply chain training
Sun
and the
Pharma,
supply
sir.
chain department? Sun Pharma, right? So I mean, by then you would have connect, isn't it?
Right, right.
And and that's something I think it's very important. And can you also tell me about the alumni influence over the NIPER, your seniors and
Oh
others?
my God, that's so huge,
Uh,
so huge. Like there are 800 plus alumni, and the batch present there, the CR and the DCR who would be present, they would be in contact with them. So anything that happens in campus is posted to them. I don't know in what ways. Like everything they get to know, and I mean, whenever there is a situation that you have to handle, they'll come and help you. And when there's a situation where you have to handle, they'll poke you. So it's that way. So whenever there is, like, whatever the requirement is, they're always there. And there was one kind of situation in NIPER, when I was there. So like, our department was about to close, and we had to do so many things, from that being stopped. So that was one part. And apart from that, sir, we also have Samprabha, that is the pharma conclave, which is happening on a student level. We conduct it at NIPER only, and we invite industrial speakers to come in there, and we invite delegates also from across India, for being a participant in it. And then we organize a 2-day complete event wherein we'll be providing accommodation if they choose to. And yeah, so that is about it. And they'll be given the basic latest insights into the pharmaceutical industry, how it's running. So when we are into B Farm, sir, we look at the industry the way we look at it after doing MBA. It's completely different.
Correct. Correct.
So that
So
perspective,
we'll go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, that perspective initially when I was in MBA, like in the first 2 to 3 months, it was very difficult to transition from molecule to brand. I was not able to understand that initially, but over time, of course, we learn. That's how everything fell in place.
Very nice. So Kinnera will continue, and then in our next break, right? I want you to just enlighten us on two things. One is how was the placements there? That is number one. And number two, you're speaking from MPharm perspective, but there could be some scientists in our in the call today. They may be more, they may be more of an introvert and looking towards doing, let us say, MPharm and then PhD, or MPharm and then job subsequently. If you can add light on that as well, it'll be good. I think
Sure,
we'll
sir.
just continue with a few more slides now. Thank you.
Okay, sure, sir. So we were having a discussion until now regarding the important subjects and the weightage, and after that we looked at the critical concepts, right? Now we'll just look at the sample questions. Okay. So if you have been preparing well until now, it's been like 5 to 6 months if you have started in the month of July, or if you have been preparing since third year, then these must be like a jujube, very, very small things for you to answer. Okay. So I'm expecting good answers. Please be ready. So first question is, in an asthmatic patient with angina, what happens if propranolol is given? It's a conceptual question, not too difficult, but we are. I'm expecting answer from you people. The question again: in an asthmatic patient with angina, what happens if propranolol is given? Bronchodilation and increases heart.
Constrict, constriction.
Bron-
Okay. Can
Bronchoconstriction.
you please tell me the way you've arrived at this answer? or you may just feel free to type in the chat box.
Sohail, it's fine if it is wrong. Just give the logic. How do you say it's constriction? It's fine even if you say you just remember.
Sir, angina is
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
sir, angina occurs when heart muscle does not have enough oxygen, which is due to the insufficient constriction. So I think
So,
propanol is used for bronchoconstriction.
okay, you've arrived at the right answer, but the kind of, the pathway that you took to arrive at that is not still clear in your brain. So that's what is being reflected. It's okay. You can go and brush it up. It's all right. Sumitra has given the answer, which is bronchoconstriction and reduces heart rate because it is non-selective beta blocker, right? So Upin sir always mentions where is beta 1, it is there in heart. Where is beta 2, it's there in 2 lungs, right? So and the opposite, there are opposite kind of effects in 2 of them. So when there is propranolol given to them, there is reduction in the heart rate because in angina there is compromised oxygen, and there is the chance for more constrict, I mean, what do you say, mm, oxygen demand. So in that case, when propranolol is given, it decreases the heart rate by decreasing the action at the heart side. And apart from that, in the lungs, it constricts the beta 2 receptors. I mean, it attaches to the beta 2 receptors and it causes bronchoconstriction. So propranolol is contraindicated in patients with angina. Instead, there could be beta 1 selective blockers. Beta 1 selective blockers could be given in patients for angina, and it should be very well kept in mind. Okay. So apart from this, there's also another question. The ring structure present in strychnine is true. 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 Okay. So can you give me examples for purine alkaloids and the whole of it, imidazole and phenanthrene as well? Cool. Cool. Okay, we've gotten answers. Okay. A C19 steroid ring system is present in unable to see the answers. A C19 ring system is present in pregnane, choline, estrogen, and androgen. Okay, quickly, just tell me what kind of ring system is present in pregnane. Pregnane. Yeah. Steroid ring system, the number of carbons in it. Choline. Others, I could see more answers. What about estrogen? Right. So when this is clear in your mind, when there's a structure that is put up in your in the GPAT paper, you could easily make it out. Okay, this is this compound, and this could lead to this, probably this product as such. Maybe you do not exactly know what kind of product would be the last end product, but at least you would get an idea that probably this could be the precursor, so this could be the probable final resultant. So it's like you will try to join the dots, you'll try to connect the dots and find your final answer. Sometimes we don't know what is the right answer. Okay, you will just have to navigate through the cues that you get in your mind. Okay, this could be, this could be, this could be, and then you'll finally arrive at one answer. So if you are strong with your basics, like 18 carbon, 19 carbon, 24 carbon, 20 whatever, 21 carbon, so you will have this in your mind and you will easily able to at least derive at the final end result. Okay. So apart from this, there's another pharmaceutics based question. Bingham bodies exhibit which type of flow? Rheopexy, plastic flow, pseudoplastic flow, dilatant flow. Okay. And in plastic flow, what is the kind of graph that we get? Shearing stress versus rate of shear. What kind of graph do we get in the plastic flow? Don't guess. Please tell me what you think. Okay. Does it begin at 0? Okay, quickly give me examples of plastic flow, pseudoplastic flow, and dilatant flow. Which systems, and what are the examples for each? Examples of each? It would be better if you put your thoughts, gather them and put it in one place at once. Like plastic, pseudoplastic, and dilatant. Example for each. That could help you remember better as well. Flocculated suspensions show which kind of flow? As I'm not getting answers in the systematic way, I'm asking this question straight. Answers? Yeah, Sumitra has given the right answer. Okay, just tell me which flow falls under time dependent and which flow is time independent. Okay. Yeah, Mahesh has given the right answer. And then what about rheopexy? True. Okay. Ashwati has given the right answer. So just tell me the basic difference between thixotropy and rheopexy. Yeah, I know they are opposite to each other. Then what way? All right, more or less everyone is given the same answer, and it's right. Yeah, in Lavamshi has given gel, salt, gel. Yeah, the basic difference that we want to know. Yeah. Ashwati has given the right answer. Sumitra, yeah. Fine. More or less, everyone has given the same answer. So basically, what we've done here is, I just put one Bingham body question, okay? And then we've revised the whole concept of this plastic, pseudoplastic, and the dilatant flow. So when you read something, right, you try to deep dive in that, like you just go back in your mind, okay, what could be the related question? What could be the related question? So in that way, you will completely revise the whole concept in that way. All right. So when you're giving your mock test or whenever you're giving some, uh, you know, the mind itself gives you certain quizzes sometime. Okay. What is the question? What was the answer for this kind of question? And then you go into the trance, you completely think of it. Okay. Okay, this could be it. This could be it. And when you find that specific answer, you try to read more about it. Okay. That's when you will remember it for longer time. All right. So this was something I was trying to tell you by putting this question here. Okay. So these were basic sample questions. And apart from that, we have essential study strategies. So this could be the last slide. Any questions until now? Questions until now? Guys, any questions until now? Or are we good to go?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah.
Good afternoon, but yeah, good afternoon.
Ma'am, how you manage your time when you are fourth year doing projects plus
Okay. So which institute are you from? Are you from the Telugu states or are you from somewhere else?
Telugu, ma'am?
Sorry?
Telugu ikkade.
I think mostly your attendance would be managed. Okay, so that is not something you should be fearful of, right? Vamshi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Attendance is something that you can manage, right? 75% attendance, okay, chalo theek hai, 65% also would do, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But what you're doing after taking that day off is something that matters, right? Like you can basic, like if you look at a whole portion, like if you look at one subject pharmacology, if you look at one subject pharmaceutics, it would look like such a big thing for you, like how can I do this? But you should basically cut it into small pieces per day and set day goals. And when you are done achieving that, then you can resume your work, right? Time management is required for you to study a little and manage one test, okay? And your institute, of course, you should not take it for granted, but attendance is something that you can manage. Be truthful, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So do you advise somebody wants to maintain a 95% attendance? I somehow don't agree with that. I think they have to take leaves and just keep that minimum and study the rest of the time. I do not know. Maybe what's your advice? I'm probably already in old school.
Sir, actually, you are the teacher, sir, so you have a different kind of mindset probably. But being the student, I mean, it was very difficult for me to manage my time. So even if I went to my institute, like I would maintain that 75 to 80% the sweet attendance I had, and I would study in institute also. But few of the institutes don't encourage this. I heard people like I had few friends of mine like who were having this issue. They were not you know it was not easy for them to study in their institute, so coming back home, taking their classes and managing time, that was very maybe problematic for them. So they would also take that day off, and then they would read. I was doing this for to maintain that 75% attendance. I would go there, I would take the classes, and when I knew that pharmaceutical analysis was very important for me, and that teacher was delivering the best thing that person could do, then I went there, I completed my classes, and I came back also. So if the institute is providing great education, then there is no point in taking a day off, sir. But when I had few subjects which were not being delivered that great way from my institute, so I had to do this part of mine to somehow manage my time.
Yeah, thank you. I think the key point is that if you feel that your day is getting wasted, let us say there are a lot of free hours or something like that on a particular day, it's better to just take off and maintain your attendance and
Yes, sir.
sit at home and prepare at least in the last few months of the preparation, isn't it?
Yes, sir. That's what
Or
was
if there is
happening
a
to
lot
me
of
as well.
problem, they can and students can as well discuss with the college teachers and say that I want to prepare, you please allow me to take off and I'll prepare, right? So that is also a fair way to go about, isn't it?
They were informed about this, like they knew I was preparing for this exam and I was taking this day off for the specific study purpose only. I was not whiling it away, and they were quite informed about it. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
to,
thanks.
yes, sir. I'm not encouraging everyone to do some sort of bad practices. It's about managing your time well and doing what is just right at that moment of time, keeping everything in mind. If you know that your teachers are delivering great lecture on that day, please attend, please do it. But if you think that your travel time is more and the class time is very less, then in that case, as sir said, you can take it granted. I mean, you can read that day sitting at home.
So
I
basically,
think
it's not missing, skipping the classes. So Vamshi, I think what she's trying to say is it's not bunking or skipping the classes, but managing your time. You just have limited time. Every day is important. So in case you feel a particular day it's getting wasted in the college, then you discuss with some teacher or somebody. Come back home and just sit and revise. I think that's what is very important. Every day is crucial, Vamshi.
very, very crucial, sir. Like in the last 2 to 3 months, you can't waste a single day. Can't waste. It's very risky thing to do it. So be very sure that where you're investing your time shouldn't go waste.
Yeah. Actually, I have a
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
It's from Lavanya. Actually, she is asking since the session started. She's asking that is EsPharma classes is it sufficient? Running notes is sufficient to get a good rank, or any other textbooks along with your preparation is needed? And an added thing is how EsPharma helped you in your preparation? I just wanted to know.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. So mostly, more or less, I had made sure that I read all my running notes. Okay, I would take each and every point, whatever the lecturer is being talking about. And when you talk about pharmacology, sir is there to take care of it. But sir would also suggest you to read textbooks like Rang and Dales and all of that. So I used to read Rang and Dales for that. And after taking the notes, like in the starting 5 to 6 months, I got my concepts clear. And after that, I made a short notes for myself, which I would refer every now and then. And there were digesters also, like even EsPharma provides material, right? There are certain tables and small digesters which are attached with that. So you can read that as well. If you talk about Sutix, then you have to read textbook if possible, right? If you're in the starting stage, if you're in the third year right now, then it's okay. You can take that for textbook and you can read it. But if you're in the end stage, you can't afford to read the textbook right now. It's like very, very, what do you say? It's very, uh, I can't put it into right words. It's very difficult for you to manage time for the textbooks part. So you may resort to EsPharma's material and running notes and digesters. Again, digesters could help. But by now, what I think is you should have gotten some short notes for yourself ready, right? So you practicing that, and mock tests are again something that come like savior here. Okay, so you keep solving. Even EsPharma floats certain mock tests, right? So you can uh, attempt that, know where you're lacking, and then again improve. So basically, as far as your question is concerned, running notes would be sufficient, but to get a greater rank, you have to read something else also. It's just to qualify maybe, or you can get a okay rank, but to get a greater rank, you need to read some other things as well. And if you are following Inamdar or Pearson also, that could help. But again, there are certain questions that are marked wrong there, so be careful of that. Okay, this is because I follow these classes and notes only. Okay, you've been following that. It's nice. I mean, that could have laid a certain foundation for you. But work out more. See if you can get your material gathered more, and then read. Try to read. Even EsPharma provides its material, right? So I think you should have read that as well, apart from notes. Not to make you fearful, it's just a reality check that I'm giving to you. I can be nice to you, but by saying, okay, this is fine, you can read this, but that will not help you in the exam. Okay, it's never late. It's okay, you're better late than never. You can start. You can start now. You read certain things, certain important aspects. Don't read everything. Look at the Martin and the Lackman Lieberman. These are the textbooks that we follow for Sutix, right? So you can look at the major tables there, and even for college, if you can look at the basic classifications and the small digesters which you can remember for a long time. Just make sure you're reading about that. And I spoke about the critical topics for cognition and all of that, right? These are mentioned in the digesters, so make sure you're reading the digesters at least. Because when we read in the whole conceptual wise, right, I mean that is not I mean during the exam time, it is very, very less time for you to think about all the concept. So when you read digesters, it will just click you in a minute. Okay, this was the answer. And that's the reason I'm suggesting you read about it. Anything else?
Any questions? If not, she will move on to the slide.
Again, these are the basic things that I'm going to speak about in my slide, ma'am. So I think it would be covered there. Post that, if there are any questions, we can take them. Is it fine, ma'am?
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, Bhanu, go ahead. Sorry, Kinnera. I think he has some question. One of the sir.
When you have started preparation for GPAT, for how many months?
Okay. So if I have to be very straight away, maybe in the month of July, in the 4th year, I started my preparation. Until then, it's not that I was not reading for GPAT, but I had my concepts clear for semester exams as well. Generally, the tendency for in us is that we don't read much for semester exams. But I was reading well for my semester exams. For the I was interested in the subject, so I was reading it for myself, and I didn't know that would help me in GPAT as well. So when I started in the month of July, I could get along well, and I could, increase my pace as per the classes. So I was very sure that I would not miss even one class. Even if I had missed, I would take my practice. I would take the online
Recording.
recording class. Yeah, I would take the recording class and I would complete it. I had missed the whole 1 month or 1.5 months of pharmacology class in the starting, and I completed that with my recordings.
I will add a few things here. Actually, Banu asked, right, from when you have started your preparation. Actually, from her college, I think 9 members joined at the time. In that, 8 members joined in the month of May. I think in the month of April or May, they have joined. And no, 7 members joined in the month of May, and 2 members didn't join. That is KINNERA and one of her friends. 2 members they joined in the month of July. Now I've been seeing her first message, that is in the month of July 2021, I think.
Yes,
she
ma'am.
said that she called me. All of my friends were joined in the month of May. I've been late for 2 months. Can I? We have finished almost. Sir finished almost 30% of pharmacology. I said that it will no problem. You go ahead. She joined the classes as she said. The only thing is consistency. Only thing. Every time I used to say, only the consistency played a very important role. Apart from her college classes, her college also gave some free time for her, and she covered all the missed classes. All the missed classes in a span of within a span of 1 month. Within a span of 1 month, she covered all the classes. And one thing is, at the time, as I said, like 9 members joined from her college. 7 members they qualified both in GPAT as well as NIPER, and she is the topper from that all the 7 members. Why I'm telling is this, even though she joined late, she read everything. She gave all the tests and she gave all the classes. She attempted, I think she joined in long term too. And she even attended short term classes also. All the short term classes also, and gave all the exams. So every time I used to tell in the group also, please attend the classes. Live classes, attending live classes is more important. Why? Because per day you will spend just 1.5 hour of your time, and one Sunday you will be sparing your whole day, and examination for 3 hours, right? This is very much important. Why? Because I am seeing a drastic heavy. I have seen her like a little girl, B pharmacy little girl. Now just I wondered by seeing her package, by seeing her like what is her doing now, and her like achievements in Mohali and everything, right? So I request all the students to maintain consistency. Just you maintain consistency till your GPAT and NIPER examinations, the thing will change drastically. That's it. You can go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, in the month of July, I've started, and then, as ma'am mentioned, it was consistency. Like I used to read every day, and made sure that I took notes, and I would, make those key pointers, which is very, very important for me to remember, and keep revising that. Revision is very, very important. Generally, we people think, okay, I've read it, I remember it, so I'll leave it. It's not that. Spaced repetition is very, very important. That is something that I'm going to cover in the next slide. So yeah, in the month of July, I've started and I've given exams. I've completed my concepts by December, if I remember very well. By December, I've completed all my concepts: ecology, physics, chemistry, and everything. And I had time from the month. Every month, I used to revise only like this. I would divide that into days, like which subject, how many days, and the days would be divided into how many concepts each day. And yeah, I would go portion wise. I was not time specific, like from morning to night I would sit. This is not something that I had in mind. I was very specific with portion. If I had some 10 topics in mind to cover, I would sit that day and cover, complete it. Yeah. But this was because I was interested. I was driven to the topic. If
Yes.
if someone else is coming and telling you, puts a restriction on you, sit for 10 hours a day and read, that would look like a complete absurd thing to you. So don't take it as a restriction from outer side. Just understand that and feel it for yourself to move forward.
And I have seen one thing is she will enjoy reading. She will enjoy reading and not stressfully. Not even 1% and 2%. Initially, when she has joined, she was like little stressed because already we have completed 2.5 months of our classes. Ma'am, can I now it is only 2.5 months. My friends were doing and they were writing examinations, they were preparing and everything. But I said like no problem, you join. But after joining, I don't know whether I can say here or not. She found two friends along with her three. Okay, not from her college, from our institute. Now I'm not asking you people to make friends, right? Yes, I'm giving example. That's it, right? With the help all these three friends, no deviations, no 1% deviation, no movies, no functions, no instas, no social medias. Only social media is WhatsApp. That is also they have created a one common group, and I think right you have created a one common group. You three members created a common group, and they used to study. That's it. They used to study and study, study, study. Only thing is study. And before that, now just before starting the session, she joined at sharp 11. I said that now today also you have joined at 11. Right? She used to join on time, and she used to stay till the end of the class. And the only thing is like consistency, and it will make you. It will give you success. That's it. And the only thing I request you people is don't use any social media until your examination. Till like it is till your NIPER examination. Don't use social media. And what is that? Many WhatsApp also use WhatsApp for your just your communication. It's just for communication is sufficient. Okay, right.
Manu,
Anything?
is it clear to you, or do you want to know something else?
I think you have one question from Manojna.
What is it, ma'am?
What is your routine for last 3 months before GPAT?
Okay. Last 3 months before GPAT, it was revision, mock test, revision, mock test, revision, mock test, revision, mock test. So I was making sure that I was giving enough mock tests so that my brain is tuned and acclimatized to the kind of situation I would face in the exam center. And even though I did so much, the exam day, it was still little fearful for me. So it takes a certain kind of setting for you to to practice every day. Sit in that quiet space of yourself or of yours, and then give that exam 3 hours without any distraction, just thinking that this is the final exam and how you would give it. So this kind of thing you should carry it in your mind. If you're not giving it for the last 3 months every day, at least give maybe 1 in 3 days, 1 in 3 days in the first month, last third month, and in the last second month you can give 1 per 2 days, and in the last month or last 15 days give one each day. It will hamper your confidence at one point looking at the ranks of the others. It happened to me, like when I used to see people getting more rank, I was like, am I preparing any less? What is my point? What is the strength of mine? What is the weakness? I was not trying to I was not able to grasp it at that point of time. But I sat myself down and I tried to understand, okay, this is not for others that I'm writing, this is not the final competition, this is not anything but just for myself I'm doing it. I need to know what I am good at. If I'm not able to know what I am good at, I will waste my time reading the same thing again and again. So you should make sure that you give enough mock tests so that you are preparing yourself for the day, for the final day. Okay. And in the last 3 months itself, we have semester exams also. So that also should be kept in mind, because even after you clear GPAT and you're not clearing your semester exams, that would not take you to NIPER or any other institute that you're dreaming, right? So make sure you're giving your semesters also well. That would take a little preparation, but apart from that, focus on GPAT should be there more. If you're getting 6 hours of time, probably you can give 2 hours for your semester and 4 hours for your GPAT. So that could be your time distribution. That's upon you. Morning you do semester, evening you do GPAT.
Yeah.
So that's how you can manage.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to add to this, and somebody is asking pharma MBA. Actually, initially, what's the thing is, immediately after getting results, I'm the one. ఇప్పటికీ నాకు గుర్తుంది. I was like back to my college. I'm like coming from my college. The results were posted at like during 4 p.m. like that. I called her and I told her, this is your rank. She was surprised. Ma'am, నిజం చెప్పండి, నేను ఇప్పటి వరకు చూడలేదు అని. So I said like it was like నీకు ఇదే ర్యాంక్ వచ్చింది. First she was okay, she's okay, but she thought that she said that she'll give me below 100. Okay, below 100. But okay, I'll do it in NIPER and చెప్పింది మాట. Then she got some 108 rank in NIPER, right? 108 rank in NIPER. And after that, why I'm telling this is somebody asked about pharma MBA. One thing she did apart from this consistency, exams and everything, all of our rankers like last week Muskan, Indraja, and so many people who secured ranks, the consistency, apart from consistency, they blindly followed. They means like if you are joining in one institute, you have to follow them. You have to follow them. You have to follow their instructions. Means like నేను ఇక్కడ జాయిన్ అవుతా, వేరే చోట ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాస్తా, మళ్ళీ అక్కడే ఎగ్జామ్స్ తీసుకుంటా, అక్కడే టెస్ట్ తీసుకుంటా. That will not work, right? So after clearing her examinations also, she used to, I think you used to take instructions, you used to take guidance from Upendra sir, right? I hope you used to take guidance. Sir said that blindly you joining pharma MBA. అంటే వితౌట్ అండ్ వెళ్ళే అంత వరకు కూడా ఐ థింక్ యూ డోంట్ నో, యూ విల్ నాట్ గెట్ ఎనీ స్కాలర్షిప్. వెళ్ళేంత వరకు కూడా నీకు తెలియదు, యూ డోంట్ నో.
No, I was not aware of this.
Yeah, she don't know that, she was not aware that అక్కడికి వెళ్ళేదాకా like by the time of counseling also she don't know that you will not be having any scholarship for pharma MBA. But కేవలం సార్ చెప్పారు there will be a future for pharma MBA. ఆ ఒక్క వర్డ్ కి like she stick to that word and she had no problem, ma'am. I spoke to my parents and they said okay, you can join, we will invest on you in chapter. And she did, she go like willing. So pharma MBA, sir will every time sir will speak about pharma MBA, what is the future about pharma MBA and everything. వీక్ కి ఒక్కరన్నా నాకు చెప్తారన్నమాట, ఉపేంద్ర సార్ ఫార్మా ఎంబీఏ తీసుకుంటే. నాకు ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ప్రమోటింగ్ ఫార్మా ఎంబీఏ here, I'm not promoting pharma MBA. She said that some student asked about pharma MBA. What's the importance? You can answer that question.
Sure, ma'am. So EsPharma is great. Like if you're into a research, I mean, if you're into research, your mind is driven by the research, then it's very suggestible that you can go ahead. But be sure that it's not going to be in India only, and you should be ready for the hardships that you face there. Okay, research is not 1 point and you're done. It's like an ever-ending process, and in the process there might be some times when you'll feel like, okay, why did I take this job? So don't get into that kind of mentality. If you are really into research, be ready to take come what may. Like you can stay back in India, or generally the trend has been such in NIPER that people who take research subjects, like also takes microbiology or biotechnology or whatever it is, they tend to apply for courses outside India, PhDs and other parts of it in the foreign countries, and they flow there. I mean, they fly there. Okay? So they complete their course and they come back. Probably they come back, or they don't come back also. They seek their future there itself. And if you talk about pharma MBA, it's a course that will give you a complete different perspective about the pharma industry as such. You look at a molecule in a very microscopic form, but when you look at the MBA perspective, it is completely macroscopic. There are so many factors that fall into it, like how it is made from a molecule till a final product, and from there how it's taken into the market, how it is commercialized, and how it is made a big brand. Like you see Calpol, you see Augmentin, you see Razo, you see so many brands. Like why one brand is getting a hit number and why the other is not getting. So that's all. That's all is taught in MBA. Like how do you make the make up this industry. When you look at the molecule and when you look at the kinetic parts of it, it's more of research, and you restrain yourself to science part. But when you look at pharma MBA, it will give you the whole industry perspective. Of course, there is a requirement of knowledge there with respect to molecule, because anything in pharma requires the basic foundation, and that has to be strong, and it should be laid in the year of fourth only, that you're doing right now. So, given your interest and given your conditions, given your look for the future aspirations, you have to take that decision for yourself. And what sir and ma'am are also suggesting. So that's about it. It's about your interest, and if you're ready to pursue your career, and if you're too much into research and you want to, bring about one molecule that could change the world, then go for it. But it's a risky thing, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually pure interest of an individual. It's not necessarily to join in pharma MA. For example, one of our known students who secured All India 4th rank, she had interest in pharmaceutics. She took pharmaceutics, right? So it's like an individual's opinion and chosen option. And and one more thing I wanted to ask you: how about your placements over there?
Okay, ma'am. So there are companies that come for MBA and MPharm placements, which are separate. Like for MBA, we have two kinds of firms coming in, that is product based and service based. Service based are the consultancy firms. So these offer high packages that you generally see everywhere, 28 lakh package and all of this. This is there. But again, your interest will drive you there. I am not a person who enjoys services as of now. I'm not into that as of now. Maybe I'll get that interest in future. I would like to explore more later. But right now I'm into product based. So I was wanting to get into a firm which produces pharma products, and the allied parts of it I wanted to be involved in. So I got in there. But if you'll ask for MPharm, there is Sutix department that is majorly recruited by many product based firms into the formulations part and QA part, QC part. So there are placements going on, but you can't say like, if I take this specific course, there is 100% placement. It's not that way. There is this risk of 0.1% everywhere. Okay, it's upon you how well you do, how well you perform everywhere, and how well you stand for yourself each time you're put down. Okay, it happens here, it happens everywhere. You go there, it's not that it's all paradise. It's not that way. It's a very competitive place, that place also, because all rankers are getting there, right? It's a very competitive place, so you have to stand up for yourself and you have to work. So it's upon you who will get it. And if you are asking about the external part, that is the companies coming in, there are firms that come to Naipa Mohali. Very specific I am. There are good firms, good number of firms that come to Naipa Mohali and Naipa Hyderabad, Naipa Ahmedabad. After everything, like even if you're placed at any Naipa, it's just good for you. Doing it in some other institute is not as great as doing it in Naipa. Never it could be equal. So Naipa or IIT BHU, these are the prestigious institutes that are there since so long. So I hope you get into that, get into one of those institutes and carve a good future for yourself. But apart from that, if you look at placements, they are good enough. You don't have to take too much tension about it. All that you have to think right now is about your GPAT and NIPER exam. And the day you complete your NIPER exam, sit yourself down and take all the placement stats, all the course stats, and everything you take, and you make charts for yourself and try to understand. That's the day you have to think about it, not today. I was very sure, ma'am, that until the day I gave exam, I was not thinking of any course as such. I was not specific. I was not putting myself and my time into it. Basically, I didn't want my time to go in vain there. So it's about it. You think of it, academic fees of for an MBA at NIPER because of.
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question here, right? Because you said about some courses, right? Nowadays, what's going on daily 1 or 2 like institutes they were going and they were encouraging students about this data entry jobs and some other courses. Like, will you agree with that? What is your opinion about that? Why? Because our students, they are also telling us few people were coming, they are giving some sessions and everything. What is your opinion on that?
If there is a person who is having no money, who is not having much money at their home to continue their studies or something like that, and they have their own constraints, in that case, that person is compelled to take that kind of job, and that seems lucrative to that kind of person. But when you look at the future, I mean, you're resorting for the temporary well-being, but what about future? Is my question now. And in pharma, if you are not doing higher studies, people will always tag you saying medical shop वालों. It's only that we get to hear, ma'am, in society. Medical shop वालों. If you want to do big and make big for yourself in future, complete your higher studies. Because in this ever competitive world where you're, every day put to test among your competitors, your degree also matters. And from where you're doing, that matters too, to some extent. So don't if your constraints are too bad that you can't think of your studies, then maybe you can take up those jobs, and maybe at a later point of time you can take up higher studies. But if your condition is well enough and you have everything in place, please don't fall for those kind of traps. Just continue with your studies.
And one more question is, like, not question, I wanted to give some takeaway. For example, here, while the session started, it was like some 39, 30, some it reached to 40 students. Now only our students were there in the session. Some 1 or 2 students are from outside, right? So when they left the session, is like mostly when I spoke about this social media, not to use much of social media, right? Okay, so what I'm telling is, please utilize your time properly. See, she is the one who is taking sessions from 2 years, last 2 years, and I want you people to take sessions like this in the future. I have to call you people to take and to motivate your juniors, right? And one more thing I wanted to tell you, Kinnera, and అంటే మీరున్నప్పుడు కి తర్వాతకి మనం చేసిన చేంజెస్ ఏంటి అంటే వాట్ ఆర్ ద చేంజెస్ వీ హ్యావ్ మేడ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ అంటే అప్పుడు ఉపేందర్ సార్ ఈస్ లైక్ యువర్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ. తన క్లాసెస్ తీసుకునేటప్పుడు సార్ ఈస్ లైక్ జస్ట్ ఫార్మకాలజీ ఫ్యాకల్టీ, అండ్ ఆ ఒక్క ఫార్మకాలజీ ఫ్యాకల్టీ అయినందుకే అంటే లైక్ షీ టుక్ దట్ మచ్ సబ్జెక్ట్. అంటే నాకు ఇప్పుడు అనిపిస్తుంది అనమాట, షీ ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్ లైక్ సార్ ఆ రిసెప్టర్స్ గురించి అలా చెప్తారు, సార్ ఇక్కడ స్ట్రెస్ చేస్తారు, అక్కడ స్ట్రెస్ చేస్తారు. అంటే తను ఎంత హార్ట్ పెట్టి చదువుంటే షీ రిమెంబర్డ్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, రైట్? But now, like surprisingly and great thing is that sir is like a full time here. Sir is doing full time here and he's taking care. I think like children's ni మనం ఎలాగా చూసుకుంటామో we are taking. You have to take that advantage. అది నేను మన స్టూడెంట్స్ అయితే మాత్రం షూర్ గా చెప్తున్నాను, మీరు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో. ఎందుకంటే ఐఎమ్ సీయింగ్ ఫ్యూ పీపుల్ ఇప్పటి వరకు ఉన్న చాలా మంది, నౌ యూ పీపుల్ ఆర్ లైక్ లిటిల్ అంటే స్లోలీ సంబడి ఈస్ గెటింగ్ డిస్ట్రాక్టెడ్. కొంతమంది అంటే దిస్ ఈస్ ద రైట్ టైం. ఇప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ గా జాన్ అండ్ ఫెబ్ లో ఏమవుతుంది అంటే డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ అవుతుంది. డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ ఎలా అంటే పాజిటివ్ ఉంటుంది, నెగిటివ్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ అనేది పాజిటివ్ గా యూజ్ చేస్తారో లేదో తెలియదు కానీ, సో ఎలా అంటే కొంతమంది అస్సలు చదవలేని వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ టేకింగ్ దేర్ ప్లేస్. ఇది ఆల్రెడీ స్వైన్ సార్ కూడా చెప్పారు తన క్లాస్ లో. ఎవరైతే స్లోగా డల్ గా ఉన్నారో దే ఆర్ లైక్ రీచింగ్, అంటే ఇలా సడన్ గా గ్రాఫ్ ఇలాగా అవుతుంది. అండ్ ఎవరైతే ఇలా ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు సడన్ గా కొంచెం అంటే ఎగ్జామ్ దగ్గరకు వస్తుంది, అలా వస్తుంది, ఇలా వస్తుంది అని కొంచెం డిమోటివేట్ అయ్యి కొంచెం ఆ మార్క్స్ అనేది అటు ఇటుగా అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ దట్ అసలు మీరు దేనికి టెన్షన్ పడక్కర్లేదు. వి వర్ హియర్, సార్ వర్ హియర్, నేనున్నాను, సార్ ఉన్నారు, మేమిద్దరం అబో లైక్ దట్ అడ్మిన్ చూసుకోవడానికి ఉమా సార్ ఉన్నారు. సో వాళ్ళకి ఉన్నదానికన్నా మేము ఇంకా చాలా డెవలప్ అయ్యాం. అంటే 2021 బ్యాచ్ 2022 బ్యాచెస్ కన్నా వీ డెవలప్డ్. అప్పుడు ఉన్న మేము, ఇప్పుడున్న మేము ఇంకా వీఆర్ లైక్ very much in a good state. And she said that we don't have the tabular form. As she used to tell me, at that time she used to read some Inamdar and like Pearson అవి చదివేటప్పుడు she told me, మ్యామ్ ఇందులో కొన్ని మిస్టేక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, there were like few mistakes అని. అండ్ ఆ తర్వాత నేను చేసిందంటే వి లాంచ్డ్ అ బుక్. నేను నీకు చెప్పాను కూడా, సినాప్స్ అనే ఒక బుక్ కూడా లాంచ్ చేశాను. ఎందుకంటే ఇవన్నీ కలిపి వాట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ దట్, వాట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ దిస్, ఐ టుక్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. ఐ హోప్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్సో టుక్ దట్ బుక్. ఇప్పుడు ఆ బుక్ మనకు ఉంది. సో దాంట్లో కూడా ఇప్పుడు అంటే వీళ్ళ దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చిన ఐడియాస్ ఏమాట ఇవన్నీ నాకు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు అందులో ఆ టేబులర్ ఫార్మ్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ అ సెకండ్ చేంజ్. First change is Upendra sir, our blessing, right? Second is like Synapse book. You can akkade meer practice cheyochu. You can see tabular forms over there. And వాళ్ళ ఏదైతే అక్కడ ఎక్కడి నుంచో తీసుకునేవన్నీ కూడా ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఒక బుక్ లో కంపైల్ చేశాను. అండ్ థర్డ్ థింగ్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్. షీ యూస్ టు ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ షీ ఈస్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఎగ్జామ్స్, రైట్? సో ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ మచ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, వెరీ వెరీ క్రూషియల్, రైట్? సో previously what we used to do, every 15 days and 1 month we used to conduct examinations. But now మీరు చూస్తున్నారు కదా, after every topic you are conducting examinations. అంటే ఇంకా every topic కండక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము ఇప్పుడు. అండ్ మాక్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ పెడుతున్నాం ఎక్కువ. ఇంకా చాలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి క్యూరేటెడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా పెడుతున్నాం అన్నమాట. సో దీస్ 3 చేంజెస్ వి మేడ్ ఇట్. సో మీకన్నా బెస్ట్ ర్యాంక్స్ తెచ్చుకోవాలి అని మేము విష్ చేయాలి ఇప్పుడు.
Definitely, ma'am. If there is so much development, there should be a resultant for it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Khachitanga.
Any other questions? If no questions, we'll wind up.
Ma'am, there is some person who's asking about fees at night, ma'am.
You can, if you have no problem, you can share.
Is on public domain. What can I?
Yeah, yes.
So the fee is around 5 lakhs for 2 years, and it's like 1.6 lakhs, I think, for the first semester. And post that you'll be asked to pay 1.12, that is 1,12,000 or something like that, for the next 3 semesters. So it will sum up to 5 lakhs. And then apart from this, there's also 3,000 per month, something like that. You'll have to pay for your mess fee. And so it will complete below 6 lakhs, the whole of it. It's not a small number. Definitely it's not a small number. But when you look at MBA that is offered by other institutes, if you see NMIMS, I am not very sure of IIHMR, but I know NMIMS fee is very, very, very high. Private institutes, they charge you heaps and heaps of amount. But as this is a central government institute and it is coming after our own effort, after our own ranks, that's the reason these are offered at a very subsidized prices, I mean rates. Otherwise, it would be very costly if you do it from outside.
Upendra sir, you have any questions?
There is this person again asking about BPharm knowledge will help for MBA, or else how it will be differentiated from it.
May I know your name? I think she is not a student. May I know your name? Can you text your name? Upendra sir, anything to add?
Oh, you are asking me, ma'am?
Yes, anything to add?
No, I think she has been very clear. She's just passed out. I think a lot of people should draw inspiration and keep going. I think there's a lot of opportunity. As she said, like, if there are severe family constraints, financial constraints, where life hits us hard, where we have to go for job desperately, in such cases, maybe you may consider any opportunity that comes your way. But otherwise, it would only be foolish to give up the thought of higher education and land in some job, because what are you going to do after 5 years? I mean, the future looks very bleak. So I think Kinnera's she has that insight to understand life is far better if you're going to plan for your higher studies. And I think the job opportunities you get after your MBA also is exceedingly good, and also after your MPharm, where you'll also get your fellowship. For hyper MBA, there's no fellowship. For MPharm, there is a fellowship. But nevertheless, I think you will make it up if you do your MPharm from the prestigious institutes, is what is the summary. I just want to summarize few points, I think, from what she has mentioned. I'll just put it on this chat. Probably you guys can take a note of it. And I'm telling you, these qualities are consistent. I mean, be it my classmates, be it my teachers, my students, my juniors. I think the story is same. You keep up the momentum. You are consistent. You are focused. I mean, don't get into distractions. Okay, you have to really love the subject. Any one subject, hold on to it, and then you take it forward from there. I think your future will be bright if you do your BPharm and your MPharm. Don't restrict with your BPharm, I think, is the key takeaway. But anything else you want to add as a concluding remarks, Kinnera?
I was just wanting to project the slide, sir, like just a summary or overview for the
Yeah, go ahead,
students
please.
to understand. Yeah. So from now on, you can sit yourself down, make a structured study plan as to timetable, how many days are left, how many topics you want to cover, how would you break down into every day, some actionable items every day, okay? And then you can balance it up with mock tests so that you understand yourself. And post that I just mentioned about conceptual understanding followed by short notes. This you must have done since long. Okay. Apart from that, you can use this Pomodoro technique, that is 25 to 45 minutes of study, and then you can take a 5 to 10 minute break and then continue again. If you don't require that also, it's great. You can keep continuing. And there's also other study techniques that I've mentioned here. Active recall. Okay. Don't just read. Like when you're reading, uh, there's a more chance that you could doze off. I mean, it's so sleepy sometimes, right? There are few dry subjects. So at that time, just think of one question that is lingering around your mind, catch it. And if you're getting the right answer, okay, stick there. If you're not getting the right answer, just go read it up and brush your basics again. Flashcards and mind maps could again help you. You make short notes, like a small paper you could take, write some important drugs on it, and the MOA, side effects, and contraindications, some important part which is very highlighting of that specific molecule, and then you can keep it for yourself. SARs and the structures and structure activity relationship, that is also important. Apart from that, you could write about your structures and mechanisms on those flashcards. Mind maps, again, if you, for example, just imagine there is one specific disease, okay, like hypertension, you can take, okay, you can make 3 4 protrudings out of it, okay, and then just write which all classes of drugs could help decrease it. The beta blockers, the diuretics, and all sodium channel blockers, or everything. You can just list them down in a graphical manner, in a chart manner, or whatever you're comfortable in. And then upon that, you can write your MOAs, and then below that, you can write side effects. So this could cover your whole topic in one single paper. Okay, so this could come as a quick whenever you need. So spaced repetition, I spoke about this. Like you read a new topic, okay, once in every 3 days or once in one week initially you can read, and as you're getting along, every time you read about it and you're thinking, okay, this is getting imbibed in my mind, this is getting imprinted in my mind, then you can push your days a little further and revise once in 1 month. Okay, now you have 3 months. Okay, take a new topic if you're not read about it, if you've not read about it until now, and then try doing this and see what wonders it would work for you. Again, there's also mention of group discussions. As I mentioned earlier, we were a group of three, Brindarika, Sahiti, and me. And we three of us qualified GPAT, and we three of us got into NIPERs in different NIPERs. So having a friend and having the conversations with them would help you retain subject more, and also that would decrease the kind of stress you are going through at that time, at that point of time. When you are a student and you're giving your exam, you always want some person to discuss with, right? Otherwise that would just pile up in your mind. That pressure and stress would pile up in your mind, and it would actually rot you, right? So instead you can share that with your friends, make a group for yourself, and divide day to day activities and keep updating each other. Keep mera itna ho gaya, ya na din typing, whatever it is, you keep updating your friends, and then take it forward that way. And apart from that, exam day mentality, yeah, you you have prepared so much, all right, you have given your test, you have been preparing so hard so bad till the day of exam, right? So on that specific day, what you're going to do that could actually keep your mind calm. So I tried not to pick any book or any subject the day before the exam. I was trying very bad to do that, but my mind again it started quizzing me. Okay, so when not able to get that specific answer, I would look into paper or the place where I've written. Otherwise, I was not reading as such. So that kept my mind calm for the next day. And while going, have very little breakfast. Don't have too much because that will put you to sleep. Have little breakfast so that you don't faint. Also, it should be there in a balanced amount. Um, have enough water and then go there well before time. This would decrease the end moment pressure and tension. And after going there, sit in your place comfortably. Don't look here and there. That would create unnecessary pressure. This actually happened with me for a little point of time. When I went there, I sat for the exam and I could see people discussing answers. It would probably be or not in your center. I'm not sure, but there could be some moments when you see people discussing answers and this will put you to tension. So don't look here and there. Just take your pen paper and set yourself to write that question and answer. That's it. You yourself, your paper, your question, that's all is there in this whole universe and there's nothing else for those 3 hours. Okay, and then you write there and then simply come back and don't discuss, don't read, and discuss what do you say, uh, don't put yourself to tension by checking answers also. The day of the results will talk for yourself. Okay? You don't have to take that pressure. You have given the exam, so it's not of your business to keep checking about it and take that unnecessary pressure. So these are few tips, and also in my during my period, I mean during my time specifically, there was certain instances reported from various centers that answers were being discussed and answers were the questions were leaked. So these kind of discussions were also there. So don't involve yourself in that. That will put you through negative emotions. So don't try yourself. Try to keep yourself in a very protected and safe environment for that specific period so that you are protected mentally, physically, and every way possible. So that's about it. And lastly, a big leap is ahead of you. With diligent preparation and the necessary mindset, you'll surely land where you always wanted to be, because after all, it's your dream, and if you can dream it, you can do it. All the best, juniors.
It's really good, great. Thank you very much, Kinnera, my little girl. I
Thank you,
hope.
Kinnera. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
Thank
so
wish you all
much,
the
sir.
best, Kinnera. Thank you. Stay in touch. Huh? I wish you all the best. Thank you.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you. Thank you, Ma. Thank you very much.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.